So in practical aspect, we are going to go into the ArcGIS Pro. So you just go in and launch your ArcGIS Pro. So once the software opens, you click on the map and then set a project. And then once you have that, I'm going to leave everything the way they are. And then I'm just going to click on OK. So now that it has opened, what we want to first do is I want to speed up the processing speed. And to do that, we're going to go to Analysis. And on Analysis, we're going to go to Environment. Then under the Environment, you can actually change your current workspace to wherever you're interested in. But that's not what we're here. We're here to speed up the processing speed. So you're going to come down to this parallel processing, and then you're going to come down to parallel processing factor. So you can increase this. The default value is 50. So you can increase it to 80, 90, but I'm just going to leave mine at 88, and I'm going to click on OK. Now the next is we want to create the reality mapping workspace. So to do that, you go to Imagery, and then you're going to see this. Under it, you see reality mapping. So you click on it, you'll see anytime there is a drop-down button on anything, means there are other tools under it. So you're going to click on that drop-down button, and then you're going to come to New Workspace. So once a new workspace comes up, it opens up a dialog box and allow you to fill in data. So I'm just going to say this is going to be cadastre. That's the name of the project. Now, while we were having lectures in our previous introductory to reality mapping, we talked about workspace types, and we said there are two. So you see the ortho mapping, which we already said is 2D and it's a simpler workflow and all of that. And then the reality mapping, which the outputs are 3D. So we have the reality mapping, and what we want to do now is reality mapping. So your workspace will be what? Reality mapping. So if you have any description, you can just type them in and all of that. So the next is the sensor type. We saw it from that lecture that there are 3 sensor types under this reality mapping. So if you click on the drop down button, you're going to see the drone, the satellite, and then the aerial, which we already looked at them from the lectures. The drone, which is the unmanned vehicle and all of that, and then the satellite, which is the example like Landsat, and then aerial, which we already looked at it as camera mounted on aircraft. So we've looked at it in the other video. So I will drop a link to that video. If you have not watched it, you go ahead and watch it to refresh your memory as you follow us here. In other versions of ArcGIS Pro, you will see that after the sensor type, there is scenario type. So they've removed it in this version 3.5.2. I don't know why, but they have removed it. So you leave every other thing. Once you see the scenario type, usually you leave it by default. So I think maybe that's why they removed it and replaced it, knowing that it's a default stuff. So you leave, after you've chosen your sensor type, you leave every other thing the way they are, and then you click on next. Now under the next, which is image collection, what we want to do here is that you're going to click on the add, and then you will navigate to the folder where your images are. So I am in a folder with a lot of drone images, so I'm just going to pick one. This is drone, this is drone, and this is drone. So I'm just going to pick this because this is for my MSc research. So I'm just going to pick one of them. This is my case study 1 and this is my case study 2. All right, so I'm going to click this and I'm going to click OK. So once that is done, it will import all the images that are in that folder. You need to make sure that all your workspace spatial references are okay, because Kaduna is under zone 32. All right, so I think everything is okay here. But if you are not comfortable, you go and make adjustment to it, and then that is that. So now here is another thing that needed to be fixed. Now the S3 have some default drone camera models that are already on their database, but not all of them are in their database. Now if you look at what this sign here is saying, that this camera model was not found in our database, please edit camera parameters and specify missing values. So you will have to, like I use DJI Mavic Air 2 to shoot on this. So I think the Phantom 4 and the Mavic Air, most of them utilizes this camera model FC3170. So it's not on their database. So what will you do? You're going to come here and click on edit camera parameters. Okay, so now I have the camera parameters that for my camera, which I already pull up here. So we're going to check them. We have the focal length, which is 4.5 mm. Then what again? The image size is 8000 by 6000. So we copy 8000 by 6000. What else? Where is our sensor height? Pixel size on the sensor. There's a bit of an error with the column, and so the image size is actually 4000. That's one we saw from the initials, not this one that I have here. So if you mistake your image size, then you're going to have a serious issue. All right, so always look at the one that is having there, and then just so now under this principle we have 3.2. Your x1 will be 3.2 and your x y0 naught will be 2 point this, and then these other ones are 0 0 0 0. You can see all of them are 0. We either ignore it or we fill them in, but let's go ahead and fill them. 0 0 0 0 and 0. So I think we have been able to fill up our camera specs on this camera model. So once you have that, you can click on OK. So the moment I click on OK, you'll see that it seems this camera has been added, and then it allows us to proceed further. So I'm going to click on next. So on the next, we have we will see average elevation from metadata, but you leave everything the way they are. You can go under the advanced option. You see it's estimating statistics is checked. Band combination, you can see band ID, band names, all of that. Then pre-processing, we already estimate. Okay, we can say we should calculate statistics, or we can leave it, or build pyramid. Anyone we select, no problem. Then we can just click on finish. So this is going to go about creating the workspace to which we're going to be using for this reality mapping. Okay, you can see that it has added a new workspace, not on the map anymore, but rather it has gone, you see it created a cadastre. Now, if you, this was actually the site I use in shooting, flying this drone. So this is CBN quarters in Kaduna, Baranawap complex precisely. It has added every data, product, solution, and everything that has to do with this. So these are all the parts it took to fly and get us all these images. So it has been added. So you can look camera locations. So you see these are all the camera locations, or let's say camera position as of the time of flight. But when I remove this, you only see the path. That's the flight path. So you can see this is the flight path and that the drone took through, and then this is the camera. So we could change those points or any point just for you to understand the whole thing that took place on this flight. So it can take you through the memory lane where when this was taken and all of that. So the total images were 187, and then you may not be able to see them yet. So it has finally completed. You can see succeeded on Friday 20th. By time it gave us time, and then the elapsed time, it took it like 3 minutes 20 something seconds. I don't know how true that is, well, but that's what it's saying. So you can see all the logs of the processing, and then everything has been added, the products down to the references, and then the footprint. These are like the footprint and the boundary. So this is like the boundary to it is taken and all of that. And then these are the images. All right, so we can zoom to layer. We may be able to see, but we may not see, just based on what I explained before. So this is all that is to creating a workspace for reality mapping. And the next, here you are ready for adjustment. So we'll be doing the adjustment in the next video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. It encourages us to do more, and I will see you in the next video. For now, bye bye.